Alright, hi Loy from loymachedo.com. And who's loymachedo.com? The date today is November 26, 2014. The time right now is 5:46 in the morning. I tried to sleep, I couldn't sleep, so I got up. Anyway, a question from Mohammed Saeed, who was my friend on Facebook. He just writes to me, okay, Loy, I'm just curious, what do you think of the no reading policy in supermarkets? Okay, what do I think? Well, it's pretty simple. Supermarkets are not educational outposts. They are just places of business that want to sell money as quickly as possible. The crowd that normally comes there, the targeted audience, is a mix of educated and uneducated, nice, not nice, good, not good, smart, dumb people. So if it was something like Kinokuniya, which was let's say one of the top biggest reading outlets, you'd get only intelligent, smart people there who read, make sure that the book is good and then they'll buy, or the magazine is good and then they buy. However, if you're talking of a supermarket, you just get a wide variety of people, and most of them are troublemakers. So with regards to the no reading policy, see, I have a lot of books. What happens is when people read these books, they kind of mess up the pages, they bend them, some of them even tear. I've even known people who rip off pages so that they can, for some reason take it and add to their private collection. I've seen this happen. I've seen magazines which have had pages torn from them. So that's why maybe they have the no reading policy in supermarkets like Spinneys or Carrefour or whatever. Okay, I was at a store flipping through the fitness magazines. Fitness magazines have always suffered through pages being torn. And remember this, nobody wants to buy a fitness magazine if it is bent or if the pages are kind of used. Okay, I was flipping through a fitness magazine. I thought perhaps I might purchase one if something catches my attention. A supervisor came to me and said, no reading magazines allowed. Well, the supervisor came and told you because he's an employee, he thinks like an employee, and he just has to do his job, because if he does not, then his boss, looking at the video camera footage, would crucify him. Okay, I have two questions. One, is this a common practice in stores worldwide where reading magazines in stores is not allowed? See, each outlet has its own policy, so it depends. There's no standard as, okay, this should be allowed or this shouldn't be allowed, or each house has its own rules. Like my house has my rules. If anyone even tells me that they want to borrow a book, absolutely refuse. I either give them the book for free or they buy it, but I never lend it, and I'll never allow them to read a book without asking my permission. So, each store has its own policies. So it's nothing like a common practice worldwide. It all depends on the outlet. Okay, is this good or bad for business? It all depends. Now, I have seen a couple of, I literally go for every book sale that there is, unless, of course, I've blown off all my money. Now, the problem in book sales is you get lots of kinds of people who come and buy books, and most of them, what happens is they abuse these books. They look through them and they just throw them, and some of them bend them, and children come and, they don't have any bad intentions. But then once the books get all in mess, then it becomes very hard for the store to sort out books, especially when there are a wide variety of books. So is this good or bad for business? It really depends. Personally speaking, I think it's bad for business, especially when they have a book sale, because things can get really out of hand. Then there are some people who are just messed up, and worse is having people who steal books, and I've seen this very common. As a customer, I not only felt uncomfortable, but felt I had to quickly move out of the magazine area so I didn't attract further attention from the supervisor. Well, I would say maybe the supervisor lacked the tact of dealing with you. Maybe he was tired, maybe he had quite a number of things on his mind, or maybe you didn't look like a serious customer. Like, for example, when people look at me, they think I'm some kind of drug addict or a gangster, that they're scared. Trust me, they feel, even though I'm a very peaceful guy. So it all depends on what image or what you were wearing or how you looked. Okay, is it wrong to flip through the magazines in stores? Well, it's not wrong technically to flip through magazines in the stores, but pages, I mean. However, if you leave the option open, people can misuse this. Remember this, people normally misuse rules and they break rules. Okay? Irrespective whether I buy or not. See, if you don't buy, they lose money. Okay, a supermarket is there to make as much money as quickly as possible without losing out on customers. And there are some people, believe me, they are shameless. They open a newspaper, they read it as if they've actually bought it. So that is, I mean, I look at them and I lose a sense of respect. I mean, how can you be so stupid? People actually open the newspapers and they read. They take their own time and they read, okay, without buying it. And finally, they just mess up the newspaper and they leave. If there is no reading, why can't they simply put a plastic cover on all the magazines? Yes, I think that's a good idea. That would solve the problem instead. I think this is a good solution. You should recommend and you must write to the store manager. You must put a suggestion not only to the store manager but to the head of all the stores. Depends if it's a big supermarket chain or if it's a small one, I don't think they'll care much. Instead of having an eagle hawk on all the customers on the section, repeatedly telling them not to open magazines, read. I think you got a good suggestion, a really good point. What's your take, Loy Machedo, on this? Well, I hope you have understood my point of view. Does this really serve any purpose? Well, I think I've answered the question. It all depends how they handle customers, how they deal. And yes, they need to be smart and come out with solutions like the one you have given. Is there something missing, I'm missing here, or is this absolutely wrong? There's no right and wrong. I think each business has to evaluate the situation and they have to decide what is best for business. So anyway, Mohammed Saeed, I really appreciate your question. Thanks a lot. You're a good friend and feel free to send me a message anytime. I love to answer your question and I hope this answers it. So Loy from loymachedo.com and who's loymachedo.com. Got questions, send it to me. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye for now.